Hi guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing good. Good to see you, Brendan and Drac and Mist and Swampwitch and Natura and Matt as well. Hi Scorpio, good to see you. Yeah, so today we're going to do a little bit of episode 3 Card Revolution. I know we haven't done it for a long time, so I thought it was about time we redid it. And we didn't do it last week, to be fair, as well. I do want to say today's stream might be a little bit shorter than normal. I haven't been feeling well most of the weekend, and I'm still not right, so essentially the only reason I'm streaming at the moment is because I'm aware that I cancelled Ep 3 last week, and I didn't want to cancel it another week. So I don't feel that great, but I'm going to push on with the stream, and we might go for maybe... I'll see how we go after maybe 2 hours, and if I'm not feeling great, then I'll probably cancel the stream a bit early. Lurk in this stream, no worries. Alright, yeah, I must agree to my hunter's license terms, obviously. So yeah, I know we haven't played episode 3 for a long time, so I thought it's about time we bring it out again. We only tend to play it maybe a couple of times a year, so... If anyone who hasn't seen this game before, you're in for a wild time because it's, yeah, totally different. So the server we use for this is Ragol.org. It's pretty much one of the only episode 3 servers. If you go on the Ragol.org website, there is full instructions how to get the online working. There is also things like download quests you can get as well. I would also recommend anyone that plays this getting the... I think it's called the episode 3 Plus patch by someone called Gigaboomer. That adds a lot of the unused cards to the game, does a lot of quality of life improvements, so I'd recommend getting that as well. So I will be running it at the 4x3 as well, because it looks terrible when you stretch it. Alright, so Minsk's here already. Eager for some Ep 3. This is emulated at the moment, but I do have the game on GameCube as well. Fixing controller, be right there, no worries. Yeah, I had some problems with my controller today as well. I tried it earlier today and it was totally fine. And then I tried it 5 minutes before the stream and it didn't work. But yeah, I do have, so my GameCube's just behind me over there, and I do have a copy of Ep 3 in that cabinet. I played quite a lot back when it released. I didn't play online a great deal. Wait a minute, I played quite a bit of it. I have more or less started a new save on this emulator. It's the one we've used on stream before, so I've got a few decent cards. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, so this is kind of the weird PSO. So this released in about 2003, I think it was. And it takes place after episode 1, 2, and 4, just to confuse things. And it is a card-based battler, so it's completely different to the other PSO games. But it has quite an interesting story. And I would recommend trying it if you've never played it before. I hear this game changes things from PSO gameplay. Can you explain what and why? I mean, you'll see as soon as we start. It is completely different. So, yeah, basically, instead of running around and killing monsters, you battle with cards. It's very weird. It does change all the things. Oh, Drax, see it. And as it is Ep 3, where is it?
Hi.
Oh, there we go. Someone's beat me to it. Where's Bravo? There we go. I still have no idea why they added these sound effects that you can spam the hell out of. You can just literally walk up to someone and go... It doesn't get slightly annoying. It's the most disrespectful mechanic I've ever seen in a game. It is, especially if you're like an observer. Especially if you're just someone who's like spectating, you can just completely troll everyone. This was my first Phantasy start and I still love it, but it is indeed very different. It is. Oh, come on, it wasn't that controversial an opinion. Yeah, so Natura, you basically battle with cards instead of fighting enemies. You can also do that. Again, why Sega thought this was a good idea to have this? What's your take on the Ep 3 story, specifically the part where the PSO players amount to nothing and Ragol is not popular decades after? I don't like the ending. I like most of the story for episode 3, but I think the ending is a bit of an arse pull. And kind of makes episode 1 too irrelevant, which I don't like. Yeah, I should also probably mention the elephant in the room. So there is one particular track in this game we cannot play on stream. So the final boss level we cannot select on stream because of DMCA. It is completely banned. I have this game on GameCube. I had fun back then. We'd play it with my brother. Yeah, same for me. My brother had a copy of it as well, so I used to play quite a lot with him. Was just listening to the OST for this in the car. Really want a modern re-release of it. Yeah, I mean they did a C.A.R.D game in NGS, and when they announced it, I was kind of hoping they would just port episode 3 over, but it ended up being its own thing. I mean, Line Strike's fun in NGS, but I do like this more. Cease Forests in Black when I haven't made one for this. I need to at some point. It's one of the best songs in the game, which is saying a lot because the OST is incredible. Yeah, the final boss theme's really good. It is called Idler the Strange Fruits, if you haven't heard it. Go and listen to it on YouTube. I can't play it on the stream because I would get DMCA'd. So, has Drac made a game? Okay, Drac has made a game, so I guess we're enjoying that. But yeah, if anyone else wants in, feel free to join. Hearing what you're saying makes me even more confused. It will all become clear soon. Does my keyboard actually work for this? It does. Fantastic. Also, yeah, you can play noises and change the colour of the background when you're loading. For no particular reason.
Hi.
Oh god.
Hi.
Yeah, if you don't like the weird noises, you're going to get quite sick of that quite fast. Yeah, so let me check my decks so I can kind of just quickly show how this actually works for anyone who hasn't seen it. Why does that deck have 19 cards? That worries me somewhat. Why is that deck like that? Did I just not finish building it? Yeah, so in this game, you can join either the Hunter side or the Arc side. Nothing to do with Arcs from PSO 2. The hunter side use cards that produce weapons, shields, mags, so all the stuff you would use in PSO. And the arc side use monsters, so you can actually use monsters against other people. So this is an arcs deck, so if I look at this, you can see I have cards for the different monsters from PSO. You know, if you play PSO, you recognize most of these. And all these have different abilities. And the goal basically is to just wear the opponent's HP down to 0 to win. Yeah, I've got some okay cards. Oh, do I not have a Grand Sorcerer? Oh, I do have a Grand Sorcerer. I just don't have Chaos Sorcerer, okay. But yes, it is a very confusing game initially. Particularly if you're used to PSO Episode 1 and 2 or Blue Burst, it's completely different. I don't really know why they went with the card game. It is obviously totally different and a complete departure from everything else. So it's kind of strange that they decided to go with this. It didn't really pay off back then either because Episode 3 did not sell well at all. It is probably one of the least selling Phantasy Star games. It is very, very poor performance it had at the time. Oh, free cards. Well, I say that, I have to give you something, I think we have to trade. What was that? No, not cards. Chat. Anyone got some cards? It paid off. We have this game that exists and can stream today. It did pay off. I mean, I've said I always like Ep 3. I do enjoy Ep 3. So I'll let them trade first. Is it like Mega Man Battle Network? I've never played Mega Man Battle Network, so I can't say. This is modded slightly, yeah, so we're using a patch called the Giga Boomer Episode 3 Plus patch. It basically adds some cards that weren't in the game originally. Dell Depths, I mean, I'll take those. This is probably a big ask, but do you have a spare Chaos Sorcerer card? A Chaos Sorcerer, not a Grand Sorcerer. If you don't, it's fine. Yeah, the fact you can only trade 3 slots at once is pretty terrible. Cool. Okay, still a trade counter, so... Again, okay. Is it similar to Yu-Gi-Oh? It's kind of hard to think of a game that it's similar to. It's very, very weird. You'll see how it works once we start playing it. Okay, so you got Grand Sorcerers. Simakiri J-Sword. I don't know how much you've played this Drax since last time. I have not touched it since last stream. It's a sort of card battle strategy game. Yeah. You got Rika's and Naze Claw. I've only one so far. I think I have Rika's Claw. I think. Yeah, that's the thing with this game. Even when you're trading cards, you can only trade a card if you've got at least 2 of it. You have to have at least 1 card left. Gizonder as well, nice. Thank you very much. But yeah, for those who haven't seen the game before, I will try and explain it as we go. We play our trade. I don't mind playing. We could do a match if you want. I'm probably gonna get hammered. I'm not sure how we do this because obviously there's 3 of us. Whether we have one person with an NPC or something, I don't know. I can't remember if you can do like a full 4-player, like one-on-one. Just remember, Drac, as well, don't play any maps that have Strange Fruits as the music. Otherwise, I will have to mute the stream. Please not the solo play. Oh, so you can do 2v1. Okay. That's really interesting. So you can do 2-player against 1, but the solo player gets better dice rolls. Okay. Yeah, so the idea is, Natura, basically there is this new technology that has replaced hunter weapons. I guess the idea is that it's a lot more portable to just carry these cards around. But a lot of the story of episode 3 is kind of trying to figure out what exactly is this technology, because they don't really explain what it is early on. And it's not exactly above board. I didn't try, Drac. We can try again. Actually, is Minsk left? Are you rejoining Minsk, or...? How does the farm work here? So, farming in this game, basically, after every match that you do, you can open a card pack. And the card packs will have random cards in. And that's how you farm for cards. Okay, you're coming back. Okay, cool. So yeah, because this takes place after episode 1, 2, and 4, the technology's kind of moved on. So the hunters are now using these cards instead. There's basically, without going into the story too much, there are basically 2 big groups. There are the hunters and the arcs, and they have very differing views on this technology and how it should be used. And that's kind of the basis of how the story starts. If you want a prequel to this game as well, there is a quest on Blueburst called Blue Star Memories, which is episode 2 quest. If you do that, it will give you like a prequel to this game, and it'll introduce some of the characters. I should note as well that there is obviously a big single player offline as well with a big story. So bad. You should put TGS in the deck. I was going to probably use my machine deck to begin with. I think when I use my hunter side deck next, I'll put it in. Yeah, the story is actually really cool as well. Like Minsk said there, it kind of plays out with these like comic style cutscenes. It's really cool. The story is actually genuinely good as well. It's just the ending that's a bit, well, very weird. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting doing 2v1. More like the end doing. Right. I cannot remember what this deck's like at all. Alright, so we'll just wait for Mince to join. I didn't realise you could do 2v1 actually. Endure the ending of Ep 3. Yeah, it's weird. It's a shame, like I said, because the rest of the story is actually really good. I do really like it. It's just the ending kind of... It felt a bit desperate. And like I say, for me, it felt like they were making episode 1 and 2 irrelevant, which I didn't like. But to be fair, now, most people forget this game exists, so... just let you know, once you've picked your deck, you need to hit confirm. There you go. Alright, let's go. Is it bad that I wish an indie dev studio would steal this game's concept wholesale? I'd like to see something done with it. Okay, so here we go. So this is how episode 3 works. So it's me and Minsk against Draken. So first of all, it starts off with a dice roll to determine who goes first. Which is Drak. So you get a starting hand. I'll keep it, but I'm going to probably discard a lot, I think. So then we get the set phase, which is where Drak will equip items. So he's using a hunter side deck. So he will equip things like shields and weapons. Find your channel via the lore videos, find it very informative. Subscribed as a result. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, we're playing the weird PSO today. Not a bad roll. So we use the dice rolls basically to bring stuff on and also to attack. I'm going to bring this on first. I'm going to put it right here. So I'm using a deck that uses mainly machines. I think there's a few altered beasts in it, but it's mainly machines. Again, none of these decks are fantastic, but... So now I would get to attack, but I'm not in range, so I can't do anything. In this phase, I'm going to discard some stuff. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'll get rid of that for now. I'm just waiting for Drak to start pulling out the ridiculous cards. Meteor Smash Plus. I've never even seen that. I have no idea what it does, which terrifies me. So basically, the dub chick that I have there is what's called a guard creature. So any damage I take gets deflected to the dub chick. All right. Immortality? It worries me that Drac is using cards I haven't even heard of. Zenshi moment. What does that even do? There we go. Okay, not bad. Yeah, not great draws so far. Alright, what's Drac up to? Minx fell asleep apparently. Okay, so I can't bring any more on at the minute. You have a limit of how much you can actually use, which depends on the cost of the cards. So I'm at my limit at the moment. If I go there, I'd use too much AP, really. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. The problem I have is I tend to be overcautious. So you have these things called defense cards in your deck, which, if you've got one, you can use a defense card to reduce damage. Alright, so what that's done there, that has broken Drac's shield. With Hunter side characters, every time they lose a piece of equipment, they take 1 HP damage. So it's a way of progressively damaging them. It didn't. Oh, it didn't break because of Immortal. Is that what that does? Do you still take the HP damage? Again, I have no idea what that does. Oh god, here we go. He's pulled out the big guns now. I don't know how long Immortality lasts for as well, but we probably need to get rid of that Heaven Punisher. You just wanted to pull the Heaven Punisher off. I get it. So what does that do? No, I'll go with that first. That's really nice damage, actually. Okay, Minsk is not holding back. We saw the Heaven Punisher and panicked. You can't get defense cards. Yeah, you and me both. I have not drawn a single defense card yet. Yeah, there's a lot of different maps, Natura, so obviously this has quite relaxing music because it's like a remix of the central control area music. Is that an ammo rifle that you've just used?
Defense.
Oh god. Also, can I just say Sinnoh Red is disgustingly strong for how relatively easy it is to get.
Set.
I still can't bring anything else on.
Action. Defense.
I can see why many people forget this game. It's much different. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it when it released because it was so different. Finally, I can defend. Oh. Yeah, it's what happens, isn't it? When you don't draw defense cards, it ends very quickly. I think that's one of the biggest RNG things with this game. If you don't get a good hand to start with, you're kind of screwed a lot of the time. Also, I think 2-on-1 is still kind of unfair. Even though you get better dice rolls, I don't think it's enough when you're taking on 2 people at once. Alright, so now we get some cards. So let's see if we get anything good. Yeah, sometimes you just have to get rid of your entire hand and just hope for the best. So let's open some cards, see if we get anything good. Indie Belra, nice. Dark Gunner, Love Rappy, Visk, Mazer Beam, Rika's Claw, Imperial Pick, Invalid, Pushan, look at that, chunky boy. And Sinnoh Beat Plus. I think I already had one of those. You got another Dark Floor. I mean, if you don't want a spare one. I remember back on the official servers, Dark Floor was near impossible to get. Because you could pretty much only get it through card auctions, which I don't think are a thing on this server. You got a Nano Dragon Plus, nice. I saw the question about story as well. Yeah, the story is pretty good. It's quite in-depth. There's a lot of like relationships between the characters as well. And there's quite a lot of characters. It doesn't really relate to your character much because your character is essentially just a commander. And you don't really have that much input into the story. You basically just send people on missions and then things happen on the missions. Yeah, the story's pretty good. As I said, I don't really like the ending that much. But yeah, for the most part, it's a good story. I don't know if I have anything you actually need, Drac. You have 3 Dark Floors and can't trade it. And maybe maybe there's certain cards you just can't trade. What rank is it? No, you know the ranks, so like S rank or R rank or anything like that. I'm just wondering if it's maybe an event card or something and it won't let you trade. Can't see it here. Yasha, nice. Is there any cards you're actually after Drac at the minute? Because if I've got a spare one, I don't mind trading. I probably don't have it, but I can have a look. Oh, good. Well, thanks again. This means you can summon all the creatures in the lore to fight. Yeah, so you can basically summon most of the PSO monsters. There is a few you can't. You can't summon any bosses, and there's a few monsters that are missing. But the majority of them you can summon. That is the arcs. That's how they work. Yeah, you can't summon bosses. It's just normal monsters. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. I thought it was about time to bring up Ep 3 again. Right, let's see. Right, what is wrong with this deck? Why is it only 19 cards? What's even in it? Yeah, so this is the Hunter side deck, so you can see it's all of the actual weapons that you would use in PSO. One day I will have that in PSO. By which I mean one day I'll actually finish unsealing my SGS. Oh, I actually do have Nair's Claw. I've just also realised the Nair's Claw in this game looks like the replica one. They messed up. That's not how the Nair's Claw in PSO looks. Like the real one anyway. That's very weird. What does Nair's Claw do? It is Huniwell only. Fantastic. During a physical attack, this card recovers HP equal to 1/3 of the damage inflicted. And it doubles the TP of tech cards. So it's very good, but it is also 7 cost to use. You can't summon characters, no. So it's if you're a Hunter side character, you summon weapons, weapons, shields, and mags, and you can use techniques. If you are an Arcs character, you summon monsters. Obviously, I've got Sangayasha, because obviously. There is some remnants of PSO as well, so, you know, certain characters can only use certain gear. So because this deck is led by a Hunter, I can't use a lot of the range weapons. Oh yeah, I also have Psycho Wand. The thing about this game as well is that the really high cost cards are not always great because they're really hard to use. You basically have a limit of 8 cost that you can use on the field at once. So if I use a Psycho Wand, it means that I could only use a 1 cost card with it, and even a wand is 2 cost. So I could use a barrier, but that would be all I could use with the Psycho Wand. Also, obviously with 7 costs, you can't roll a 7 on a dice, so you have to wait for a dice bonus to even be able to bring it on. So they're very, very hard to use, but they're very strong if you can bring them on. I see that Hydrate. Alright, well, let's obviously put the Tsumakiri J-Sword in. What does it actually do in this game? During a physical attack, gains AP equal to half the number of field items and creatures on the opponent's side of the field. Okay. And it heals 1 HP every turn. Pretty good. Okay, let me go back because I need to see how many weapons I've got in. 12 weapons. Okay, I have no action cards in, so I need to sort that out. Is it sad that my favourite weapon is a basic rod for 4 more? The basic weapons actually look kind of cool. Okay, so I definitely want some of those. Maybe one of those. Maybe one of those. Never did learn how to play this one. It's weird. Yeah, it's not a bad game, honestly. If you never tried it, I would recommend trying it. Yeah, I can try using the TGS deck. I'm just trying to put it together now. Hi, Peaky, good to see you. Wow, I don't even have sword attack. That kind of hurts. Also, yeah, a bit of PSO trivia for you. The traps that fall on you in ruins are called guams. I didn't know that until episode 3. How does the battle against monsters or bosses work? So there is bosses you fight against in the story, but they're not PSO episode 1 and 2 bosses. They are their own specific bosses. The bosses will generally have like their own special cards they use against you. Can you do gameplay of the main campaign? I can try and do it at some point. For this, I want to stick to multiplayer just for people to try it out. But the main campaign honestly works very, very similar. The actual battles are more or less the same. It's just you have a bit of story in between them. Oh, you don't have this? I don't know what it actually does. Roll a 3 or higher after an attack to put a guam on the opponent for 5 turns. It just makes them not be able to move. Cool. Also, with the mod, you can use photon blast as well. I mean, I'm going to put it in because I feel I have to. Gizonde is busted. TP plus 2. Hits 5 squares. Attack against a hunter side character will also inflict an equal amount of damage to equipped items. That's really good. Yeah, we can put that in. Hi, young Shadow. Good to see you. Rafina's muscles are huge. Yeah, Rafina is jacked. Inflicts 8 damage to all characters on both parties who have the freeze condition. Okay. It was sounding good until I got to the freeze part. I guess maybe if you're using like a frozen shooter deck or an ice tech deck, maybe you can make it work. That's really cool, but it's a very RNG move. During defense, reflect a physical or tech attack back to the opponent with a 50% chance. It's cool, but it's a lot of AP to use, and whether it works or not. You love the card art? Yeah, honestly, that's one of the best things in the game. You can actually look at the card art in detail as well. It's really nice. There's lots of different artists as well, which is cool. So there's loads of different art styles. One more card. How many defense cards do I have in? Yeah, probably one more. Yeah, I'll put another one of those in. And for character... So you can choose different characters to lead your deck as well, and some of the characters have different abilities. You unlock these as you go through story. I don't have them all yet. So for this, I obviously want a hunter. During a physical attack, all damage inflicted temporarily increases by half the number of sword type items on your team. I mean, that seems very good. So he's better if the enemy uses a lot of creatures. You like Real Mintos? Character swaps its own AP and TP every time it attacks. That's kind of cool. Yeah. You really wish the physical card game was still around. Yeah, I know they did was it a PSO II TCG? I don't know how long it lasted. They did do some cards for this as well. They were like a promotional thing. I do have some. They were more of just like a promotional thing that was included in the soundtrack. Someone remade this in Tabletop Simulator, really? Do you know what? I'll try Orland. As much as it hurts me to use a humor. Okay, can I rename this deck so it's not called New Deck? The Card Revolution memory card for the GameCube came with some physical cards too. Oh, cool. I didn't actually know they did a memory card for GameCube, honestly. But yeah, with the soundtrack, I got like one pack of cards. I had a couple in. They're very, very small things. They're not great, but they're a cool little bit of merch that you can't get any other way. I hate the name of this deck. Oh, you like Stella? Yeah, Stella's a cute character. I like the musical interlude I'm getting in the background. I should re-record some of those at some point for sound alerts. Right, so I'm probably going to get destroyed because I've never used this deck before. Hi. Again, I don't know why Sega thought it was a good idea to have a soundboard in the game. Female Bravo is peak. There you go.
No! Great! Great! No!
Right, what are we doing for teams? I didn't see.
Bravo! Great! Okay!
So you can't check the chat log while you're here. That's helpful.
No!
Yeah, I'll go here. I don't know if it's the right team, but... They were fighting two Drakens. Yeah, it's a very, very cool game. I like the idea of it, and it does feel different to pretty much every other card game I've played. Sound emotes are really nice, kind of funny. So of course I roll worst. Okay, that is a terrible hand. Yeah, better. Yeah, so you've seen me use a Arc side deck, so this is a Hunter side deck. Sorcerer's Cane, nice. That had TP +6, that terrifies me. Ep3, asset flip the game. I mean, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, to be fair though, there was no reason for them not to reuse the assets. It made sense. Okay, so I rolled basically the worst roll I could possibly roll. Nice. This is terrible. I want to say this game came around the same time as Button Kaitos. Possibly. I think this was 2003. Card time. I love this game. Every time I play this, like, people come out the woodwork and say, "Oh, I love this game." It was 2003, okay. Yeah, it was really weird because they basically released a load of PSO games pretty much one a year for a few years running. Fans do exist. There's not many, but they're there. So I am slightly worried. There are dozens of us. Okay, that is slightly better. Yeah, it was online at the same time as episode 1 and 2 servers, if memory serves. And possibly still up when Blueburst was around, maybe. Yeah, be scared of that saber. My basic saber. And my basic sword. It's one of those weird Sega experimental games. It is. Definitely. I've got a shield. I'm fine. I like how our strat is just run away from Drak. Yeah, it's the same lobbies. It was the same Hunter's license as well, if memory serves. Which, I mean, it kind of had to be because no one would have played it online if it used a separate license. Remember how I always brought a Legion? I do?
Defense.
Can you not? Oh, so that card returned to his hand. That's very weird. Drak is just lurking back there.
Change. Nice. Set.
See, I'm in one of these situations where I'm getting decent dice rolls now, but I can't use anything. This game would be cool if it was on motorcycles.
Action.
Okay, I have 3 AP. It's +2, +2, okay. There are so many fans of this game, I need 2 hands to count them. It is definitely not a popular game. But I think it holds up well. It's just ultimately it wasn't popular because it was so different. A lot of people just didn't like this kind of game. A lot of the PSO fans just weren't necessarily, they weren't necessarily also going to like a card game. Blue Star is not having a good day. How many SGS do you have in this? I don't have any. I do have a TGS that Draxus gave me. Yeah, I generally like card battle games for the most part. So PSO's 4th chapter in Natura was Blue Burst. So they went back to like the regular gameplay for Blue Burst. They never did another game like this.
Defense.
My god, that damage. It was a really good idea to make this game. Card games were super massive at the time and they were able to save money by asset flipping most of the stuff from PSO. Yeah. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. Okay, so let's hit him with that first. On his Harrison Battle Fan, and then we'll try and take out the Disco Braveman as well. There isn't a 5th chapter, no. So Blue Burst was the last PSO game for like the original PSO series, anyway. NGS did get a card game, yeah. It's called Line Strike. It's pretty good. I personally prefer this, but yeah, Line Strike's pretty fun. Oh, really? 1 damage short. Yeah, I think EP3, if memory serves, I think EP3 is meant to be about, is it 21 years after Sub 1 and 2?
Defense.
Do you know what? I'm going to let you have that. He just destroyed his own weapon. Disco Braveman basically has Berserk, so every time you attack with it, it loses HP. Where would 3 sit in relation to Blue Burst? I think Blue Burst is like very, very close after episode 1 and 2.
Change. Dice. Set.
Still can't use me TGS, unfortunately. Yeah, I think episode 4 takes place, I believe it's just after 1 and 2. It's a really close time period. Blue Star is so dead. He is. It was his decision not to move. Hey, okay, Darley, good to see you. I'm sorry, Glue Star. That is like the only time in PSO that a Humor will beat a Phonium. Yeah, there's also things that only get mentioned in books and things like that as well, so it's kind of hard to follow the whole story. Yeah, I was waiting for someone to use a Legion. Illusion is really good in this. It's kind of funny because it's kind of not great in PSO. Oh god. I see that shifter. With all these nice weapons, I just can't use any of them. He did just dab to hit shifter, he did.
Action. Defense.
Alright, I'm gonna ditch that. Yeah, I always liked Ep 3, I never played it as much as the other games, though. I think a lot of that was back when the servers were live. I didn't really know that many people who played it online. I know most people I played with on like GameCube kind of generally stuck to episode 1 and 2. I didn't know you existed. I didn't know. Yeah, Gazonde is really good. Does Gabata still suck? Does it even exist? It is in the game. I can't remember if it's any good in this. Gabata is good in this one. It's the Gabata redemption arc. Now, do I want to... I mean, I do probably want to go in. I would assume it hits like a few squares in front. It is a heavy server, it is. Yeah, I do feel that the person who's on their own, I think even if you have an NPC, it is a disadvantage. Even if you get better dice rolls. I do find it funny in this that a lot of the weapon attacks don't really sound like they have any impact. They just kind of sound like you're slapping them. There's no real sort of big impact to the audio. I'd like to see an Ep3 Hunter weaponless challenger. Oh god, he has another one. Okay, combat gear is kind of scary. Simikiri J pool noodle. Yeah, Phantasy Star Zero for the DS. Enjoyed that game. Yeah, Zero's fun. We played it a few times on stream. Yeah, really fun game. Alright, well finally I can use something that isn't a basic weapon. What does this have? Nice, okay. Yeah, go that first. And then that. Well, the reason I stopped playing Zero is because my A button broke. Oof. Yeah, Zero's a fun little game. Orland is actually pretty good. I like his ability. Oh, that's tricksy. Making me destroy my own weapon. Yeah, hope you can get your 3DS repaired. Yeah, shields are super important for hunters, they are. So basically, for those who have not played it before, if you have a shield equipped with a hunter, any attacks that come your way have to go on the shield, so they basically protect your weapons. I'll let you have that. Oh, come on, big rolls. I mean, I could use it, but I wouldn't be able to protect it. So for now, I will use that. Do you know what? I'll go with that as well.
Action.
I don't think there's friendly fire. We'll find out.
Defense.
Okay, no, there is no friendly fire. That's good. Okay, so he's nullifying that attack. I like how the card art was actually Remetos with the wand as well. This version of PSO is kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh! MMORPG. Sort of. I mean, it does feel a lot different to Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, it is a card game. Literally did what the card art was showing, yeah. Oh, is that it? Ah, well played. Rank D. So one thing the patch does as well as it gives you maximum cards regardless of your rank, because the way the game used to work was the lower your rank was, the less cards you got, which sucked. Alright, let's see what we get this time. Heavy attack. Another Niz Claw. Snow Queen, nice. Pulse Shark. Del Depth. Claw. Assist Return. Rifle. Mothmant. MC attack, okay. What does Snow Queen do? I mean, I hope freeze. Also, yeah, card art. You can look at it. You did hear Del Depth, yeah. Here you go. There you go, there's a Del Depth in all its glory for you. Okay, what does Snow Queen do? For each turn, this item has a 25% chance of receiving the freeze condition. Okay, so it freezes itself. I mean, yeah, like PSO. Roll 3 or higher to freeze the opponent. I don't know how I feel about that. 25% chance to freeze yourself sounds bad. Mazer Beam, not big. Yeah, I gather that. What does Del Depth do? Prevents opponents from using abilities, freezes them, and instant kills frozen characters. Cool. You did give me 2 Del Depths, you did. Yeah, I agree, hold on. So it's like 2 different systems. So you've got the hunters equipping their cards to themselves. The cards kind of protect the character. And then the arc side just summon things on the map. They're vulnerable all the time. And with arcs, you're basically trying to like block the opponent in. I need to make a Del Depth. That's a very hard thing to say. A Del Depth. Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd probably run, what, a Force deck with Ice Techs? Try and freeze as well. But you know what, that could be fun to try. So I want a dark side character. Could go a break. But I'm not going to because we have the best force right there. I will always use Mimoru. Okay, so creatures. So I guess you want to use like any good with text, I guess. Also, yeah, I have Gibbles apparently. They're impossible to use, but he's there. Also got one of those guys. Again, almost impossible to use. And I guess I'd probably use one of those. We obviously want Deldeps in. They have 4 costs, so I probably don't want to use too many. Maybe 2 at most. Also, yeah, Delbite are also near impossible to use. What else is good for tax? You have 5, but you do cost 4, so probably not worth it. You have 6 TP. What's the catch? That seems very good. Oh, it does cost 5 though. That's probably why. Well, what else has decent TP? Anything. Evil Sharks aren't bad for a low cost. Man, Rappy has 3 TP. That's actually really good. Probably want a guard creature. I like Panams, but against 4 costs, I don't want to use too many 4 costs. Damn, Belra has 10 attack power, that's kind of insane. I can't use any attack action cards, so that's why. Yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of a cursed deck, this one, I think. I'll put one of those in for guard creature. Man, a lot of these cards have 0 TP. I guess it's because you're not going to be using TP cards as much generally, but We'll put a few of those in just for the trauma. Yeah. Now, I probably want a lot of ice stuff. Okay, Barter can't freeze. I mean, it couldn't in PSO, so that's fine. So, Gibata, I know we mentioned it earlier. So, hits in like a T shape and is TP +2 and freeze. Not bad. Man, is that the only ice tech I have? Wow. Alright. I mean, I guess we can put in a couple of basic techs as well. And then probably want some defense cards. That's a really funny card, that one. So that one is, when an enemy attacks you, it swaps their attack power and their HP. It's really good for taking out things that have loads of health. And that one's kind of the same, but for TP. Alright, and I guess let's get a couple of other texts in, I suppose. What does this do? Double-edged dice. Dice roll before an attack determines your fate. 4 or higher, death to the user of this card. 3 or lower, death to the opponent. I kinda like that. It is the RNG card, I guess. The spicy RNG card. We're doing it. Also, I'm putting that in as well. I'm gonna make this deck as annoying as possible. And then maybe one more monster. So I don't know if I have any good assist cards. No, like a lot of those are very terrifying to use. I'll put in one of those because I think that's a guard creature, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do. It's not a great deck. I mean, it should be fun if nothing else. Yeah, no worries, Drac. The main things I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a heavy amount of censorship, especially with gun removals and the Shadow Realm. Yeah, the for Yu-Gi-Oh! I know particularly I know they censored a lot of the cards for the Western releases. I used to play it years ago. I haven't played it for a long time now, but yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of censorship on the cards. Also, thank you for the follow. I missed it a bit earlier, but thank you for the follow, Techno Rambo. Alright, so we just need to wait for Drac. It's fine. Hi. This is what happens, you see, when we're waiting for someone. I find it really funny, actually, that they've got all the musical notes, because the problem is you can't really play anything with them, because when you select one, it closes the menu, I think. Or you have to wait a little bit, so you can't really select them fast enough to be able to play anything. I guess unless you could select them as shortcuts, maybe that would work, but if you got into this again, you'd make a Rappy deck. Yeah, stuff like the Rappy decks actually can work quite well. I think that deserves a bravo. Yeah, the Rappy decks are quite interesting. They work quite similar to the Canadian decks as well, where you basically use loads of low-cost monsters, and you basically just spam your opponent with them. The Zerg. It is kind of like a Zerg deck, yeah. You just fire tons of low-cost monsters at them. Yeah, we're doing Tower, yeah. I guess it's the nearest thing to Tower in Ep 3. It's not Ep 2 Tower, but it's Tower. It is a tower. Alright, let's try this terrible deck that I'll put together in 2 minutes. Also, Minsk, how would you tell your decks apart when you just call them, like, Deck 2? What could go wrong? Exactly. It's going to be a terrible deck. It's probably not balanced at all. But we roll with it. Peak music, though. I think every time I play Ep 3, I use this music for the start and soon screen. It's too good. A little gremlin. Okay, I mean, do you know what? Yeah, sure. I don't think it's gonna last very long, but we'll try it. Yeah, we are both phony worlds, yeah. Alright, so what do you do? Okay, so you can freeze. Okay, cool. It's Del Depth time. He does only have 6 health, so it's probably just gonna get killed immediately.
Action.
Why is this card in the deck? Because I just got it, exactly. Is this Olga's shaft? No, it is a different thing. It just looks a bit similar. I can't remember if they explain what the Tower of Calum is.
Defense.
It's a maze as well that the drop in the music is timed perfectly with the change in the background. Thank you. Calum is another term for heaven. Okay. Alright, so at least the Delveth might get a chance to attack.
Send.
Joe, I'll throw that out just as a distraction. I'll put it there for now. I don't know what the range is on Gabata, I can't remember. So I'm gonna stay there for now.
Action.
I feels overkill to do that on a claw. So instead we're gonna subvert expectations.
Defense.
Glad I caught the stream. Since I'm not familiar with the card game version of PSO, appreciate a little overview of it for context, please. So first of all, for the last question, this is emulated. I do have a proper copy of it in that cabinet behind me. It's just easy to emulate for this stream. Context is basically, it takes place about 20 years, roughly about 20 years after episode 1 and 2 in Blue Burst. Basically, technology's moved along. Hunters don't use weapons anymore, they use these cards that can summon things instead. And the whole sort of idea of the story is that they're trying to figure out, well, I think the arcs are trying to sort of release the details of what exactly the card technology is. And the Hunter side are sent to take care of the arcs because they're kind of seen as like a terrorist separatist group, when in reality they're kind of trying to expose the government. Yeah, that is a lot of enemies. It's all totally safe. It is. Ep 4 is essentially the precursor to the creation of card technology, yeah.
Dice.
Okay.
Send.
The government wouldn't lie to us. Of course not.
Action.
Okay, well, first of all, shame I can't hit both.
Defense.
A lot of the gameplay and art style is very similar to episode 1 and 2, so that's positive, yeah. It used a lot of the same assets and everything. He really guarded that. Obviously the gameplay is totally different, but it is worth playing if you've never tried it before, mainly for the story. Okay, Del Depth kind of cracked. As someone pot of greed, if only. Yeah, who'd have thought that Gibata is actually good in this? I did play on the original release, yeah. I didn't play online very much on this version of the game, but I did play offline quite a bit. I mainly played episode 1 and 2 offline, sorry, online instead. God, I've just noticed my hand as well. See, Del Depths are fine when you're not fighting against them. Oh, he's running. He is terrified of that evil shark. I would love to explore more of the new areas Episode 3 introduced in a traditional PSO game. Yeah. Are Del Depths just as annoying here? If you're against them, yes. Yeah, they basically, every time you attack with them, they have a chance to freeze you. And then they have another ability, which is if you're frozen and they attack you again, they instant kill you. So it kind of combines the PSO stuff. Exactly.
Set.
Be afraid. Our Rappy shows no fear.
Action. Defense.
So does Del Depth normal attack, does it hit everything in its range? Kind of look like it. Can't remember how common it was. Dreamcast BBA was only North America or Japan. So the GameCube broadband adapter was fairly difficult to get hold of back then. Oh wow, it does hit everything. Okay. Only just one attack power, but I guess the idea with this guy is that you freeze things first.
Change.
Yeah, a lot of people bounce off NGS and the later games. They're all very, very different. Can't roll higher than a 3. You get some matches like that where you just get consistent terrible rolls. Oh, another Arlen. Oh god, Haz is coming in.
Defense.
Nice job, Haz.
Change. Dice. Set.
Yeah, not a good roll for me there either.
Action.
How are you holding up? Think I'll make it to the end of the stream? I'll see how it go. So I've been going what? Yeah, I mean, I don't feel too bad so far.
Defense.
Oh, melee phone you well. Man, Del Depth is a menace.
Change.
You really get an idea of how weird Del Depths look in this. Oh, Nano Dragon, okay. That's quite scary. Oh no. You can't do that. fear that my Al Rappy might not belong for this world.
Send.
Yeah, when you have a lot of Arcs players, the grid gets filled up quite quickly with monsters. Okay, so what do I want to do here? John, my Rappy isn't scared. He needs to do something, so... Unfortunately, despite putting all the tech cards in my deck, I don't seem to be drawing any now.
Defense.
Yeah, you better be scared. We're going for the whole death by a thousand cuts method. You feel like been discarding cards for the whole game. I attacked once with a claw. Wait, that Nano Dragon had, was it Survivor AP boost? The Rappy's got this. Everyone cheering on Al Rappy. He's trying his best. Oh god, the dragon's going for him. There's a lot of attacks going through.
Defense.
Yeah, we do need to be very careful of the Nano Dragon because it is gaining attack power very quickly. That will kill anywhere, so... Since you mentioned about card collecting, have you played TCG Card Shop Simulator? I've seen people play it, but I've never tried it myself. He's Albert Rappy, Al is his father. Well, somehow he survived the turn.
Chain. Dice. Send.
There is a lot going on in that corner. Yeah, I'll keep that there.
Action.
Well, first of all, obviously, this battle for the ages needs to keep going. I can't remember how this works. We'll find out.
Defense.
Go on, Rappy. That was a lot of damage.
Change.
Crazy thing is, because we're all drawing relatively low attack power cards, none of us are really doing any damage to each other. This is the weird thing about Ep 3. Sometimes you get battles that will last like 2 minutes, and then sometimes you get ones that last half an hour. Team Rappy. That dragon is becoming a problem with the amount of attack power it's getting. 3 hours later.
Defense.
No. Is there a reason the Nano Dragon is just bobbing up and down? It's basically so there is an ability in this game called Aerial, which denotes that something can fly over other monsters. And that's the way that it shows that in game. I mean, it could just show the dragon flying, but no, that would be effort.
Set.
Okay. Rappy's staying there. He's locked in now. Yeah, can't really move. Guys keep rolling 6s.
Action.
Okay, so I wish I could see how much health that was on exactly. Okay, it is on 1. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, Rappy needs to for the memes.
Defense.
It's probably not the best use of AP having the Rappy attack every turn, but we're doing it. Yeah, Nano Dragon is a very scary card. Nice. Go on, Rappy. He's halfway there. Also, yes, that obviously did just spit fire.
Change.
I think if we can take highs out, at least that'll stop some of the summons.
Defense.
Yeah, it is funny that the dragon just kind of bobs up and down rather than just actually flying like it does in PSO. Oh. God damn it, highs. Alright, he needs to die now.
You piece of orc trash!
Exactly. Right, I do need to try and kill that next turn, I think.
Change. Dice. Set.
You fool, Highs, you absolute fool. I would put it there, but then I'll block people in. I don't want to do that. He's back.
Action.
Nah, it's going to die next turn anyway, so that'd be a worst.
Defense.
Oh. You couldn't let me have that. Yeah, Highs is really trolling the Rappies. Oh. See you, Highs.
Change.
Yeah, Deldev seems like a fun card. You obviously, I feel like you need to build an entire deck around it. But it could definitely work. If it seems like nothing's happening, it's because it's basically waiting for people to finish their actions that turn.
Defense.
No, Rappy's having none of that. Okay, that freeze is a problem.
Change. Dice.
But this is what I mean about the battles. Sometimes you will get ones that will just go on forever. Yeah, you can go first.
Defense.
Okay, is that one dealt up down? It is. Let's go. He did it.
Draw.
He didn't get the Del Death, but he got one of the islands. I'll take that. Also, if you're wondering, yes, the Orb Lily can instant kill stuff. It can't instant kill main characters though. It can only destroy gear or monsters instantly. Oh, we got another Del Depth on, okay.
Defense. Change dice.
Alright, so we can actually do something with the Rappy now.
Set.
These draws. Yeah, sometimes you get terrible ones. Look at him go.
Action.
Can't do much this turn, really.
Defense.
The Rappy's really trying. He's trying his best. It's not a bad card, I'll Rappy, honestly. I'm sure its rule is something like when it gets, I think when it gets defeated, it goes back to your hand, I think. Oh, nice. GG. Rank D. That's because it went on for so long. Right, will we get any good cards? Yeah, Deadlift's kind of fun in this. I'm going to open this pack instead. Apparently there's like slightly different... Like, the types of cards you get are more guaranteed in certain packs. Hildebear's Cane. Egg Blaster. Vengeance. Guard. Rag Rappy. Ravener. Toy Hammer. Twin Brand. Gather, and another Snow Queen. Yeah, no worries, Ellie. Good to see you. Oh, you got a Choo Choo Mag. Nice. Right, what does Twin Brand do? Recovers 1 HP if the battle ends after an attack, and pierces items and guard creatures and damages directly if they have over half HP. But it can't use attack action cards. It's okay. What about Gather and Vengeance? When characters of both parties are simultaneously attacked, the character with this card receives their damage for them instead, but if all attack characters die, the remaining attacks will be targeted to a random character. That's very weird. And then field characters gain AP equal to 1/3 of the number of ally field characters that were destroyed while this card is on the field. That could be good in a spam deck. Also, one of the weird things about this game was the fact that your character level was different offline and online. And on the official servers, the way it worked was, well, and on the offline as well, the cards that you got were kind of linked to your character level. So the lower your character level was, the less likely you were to get good cards. So you get a lot of the same cards early on, which was annoying because you could level up really high offline, then go and play online and get terrible cards. Where with this patch I'm using, they've made it so you can get any cards at any level, which I think is much better. Yeah, there is some very, very nice card art in this. You got an SS rank at level 1, nice. It's mainly the, honestly, the attack action cards are some of the best looking ones. Just some of the artwork is so good. It's some very, very cool artwork. And it has a lot of the episode 1 and 2 characters there as well, which is nice. There's also a lot of cards. I love how absolutely jacked Rafina is in every picture she's in. I'll go to the counter in a minute for the next one. I'm just having a look at some of these first. There is some slightly weird ones like Carolia fighting a Gorvulnut in Forest. I don't know how it escaped from caves, but I've just realised on that card that Ash is in the background, not looking at the Hildebeer behind him, and he's about to get punched. That is like the most Ash thing. Ash being Ash, exactly, yeah. Yeah, some very, very cool artwork. I mean, that's horrifying. Up lilies are really a nightmare fuel. Yeah, if you've been watching for a while, you'll probably notice that it's kind of weird, this game, with your character, because you never really see your character much. You basically just run around the lobbies with them, that's about it. I think there are mods you can use that let you use your own character in battle, but it's basically a skin for one of the hunters. But yeah, you never really see your own character that much, which is very weird. I almost don't know why they had you make your own character. To be fair, it's one of the very few things about Ep 3 I don't really like. The fact that you make a character and then don't really do much with them. I get it from the perspective of the single player story, because obviously they're wanting to do the storyboard artwork, so having a custom character wouldn't let them do that. Yeah, it's just a bit weird. Which, to be fair, is PSO Ep 3 in a nutshell. I've always thought that they accidentally swapped Vulmas and Bartles during development. Do you think? I mean, I will say, like, Vulmas do look more similar to Boomers, I guess. They do look like mutated Boomers. Whereas Bartles looked nothing like anything. To be honest though, like, Ultimate Episode 1 is just weird in general. Okay. Yeah. The Ult Ep 1 had the weird things like, why is the dragon on a snowy island all of a sudden? There's no reason for that. Please send me your simple mail again a little later. Oh yeah, so word select still exists. What have we got? Let's go to the Earth lobby. What's the Earth lobby? You can say ole for some reason. Alright, let's go. Character card. Silver. Necessary. Yeah, I guess I could have swapped some enemies around potentially. Hi. Deck counter is a long way to the goal. Some of these word select options that you can do are so weirdly niche. Still better than AI. Oh yes, definitely. Alright, what should I use? I really need to make more decks, is what I'm learning. I'm gonna go with this again and see if I can actually use some decent cards. Everybody, we are interested in growing bonsai trees. Yeah, I guess they really thought that a lot of PSO players were really into bonsai trees. Maybe they are. Also, cease forest, by the way. Perfect timing. Yeah, so forest is back. Let me tell you, our opponents are wimps. Wow, Endo. Called out. Also, Kranz has managed to clone himself. Oh. Kind of terrible cards again, not gonna lie. All in reliving the normal forest experience.
Change.
Oh god. Okay, so Barons are very scary, much like PSO Episode 1 and 2. They are guard creatures, so you have to kill them because they take all the damage for the enemy character. And the more damage they take, the more damage they do.
Send.
Which is fairly problematic. I mean, yeah, I feel like we have to kind of... God, these draws are terrible. We have to advance, yeah, directly towards the Barons. That seems like a good idea. Oh god.
Defense.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. It did. I think he is doing 0 damage. Yeah. Kran's cloning himself is lore accurate.
Change. Ice.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this Barons. It's not doing any damage. We'll fix that. We'll help it.
Action.
Do you happen to have any spare AP, Minsk? I just want to see. We'll try it maybe next turn, I think. Right, let's do that first, then that.
Defense.
Yeah, so the way the Photon Blast work in this is you can only use them in multiplayer, and you basically, both of you have to contribute AP towards it. Crans versus Crans. Damn, foiled. It is weird that the Durandal does less damage than a regular server. But you know, we don't question it.
Change.
I still have no idea what Meter Smash Plus does. Thank you for the Barons.
Defense.
Okay, it does acid, paralysis, or freeze. Okay. That's kind of an interesting weapon then. Kran's very confused, looking at himself in the mirror. Okay, that was quite a lot of attacks.
Change. Nice.
Just save one guard.
Set. Action.
Okay, I don't have enough AP for Fowler. So I'll do that first, and then this.
Defense.
Yeah, that's my experience with most cards in Ep3. I have no idea what most of them do. So the Barons is getting to the dangerous point now where it's getting on quite low health, so it has a lot of attack power now. Yeah, I hope this is interesting, particularly for people who've never seen Ep3 before. And it's extremely different. I don't play it very often, but I like to bust it out now and again. I know I mentioned this a while back as well, but I probably won't do a lore video for episode 3 just because it takes so long to get through all the different facets of the story. So if you want to see that, I think other creators have done episode 3 story videos, so I would probably recommend watching them. There's a lot of different divergent paths in the story, so it takes far too long to get through it all for the context of a video.
Defense.
Oh god, he has a spread needle. It's Mince that has it. I don't know if I have a spread needle, actually. No, I'm not going to guard that. You do have a spread needle. I'm getting confused because there's two crayons that look identical. Been out for a time. How is going the duel? It's more or less just started this one. We have two identical rangers fighting each other. And I'm fighting the Barons. Will I use my needle? Stay tuned.
Change. Nice. Set.
Nah, I don't need to use that yet.
Action.
Right, go with that first. I'm gonna try it.
Defense.
I don't know if the Barons are last, but we'll see. I've just never used one before, so... So these weren't in the base game. This is an addition with the patch. There we go. Finally got to use it in episode 3. It worked. Yeah, that deserves. There we go. Was it worth it? No. We did it anyway. Oh god, that's another guard creature. That is 2 more guard creatures. I think I get the theme of this deck.
Defense.
Nah, that's fine. So Crans and Crans are still going at it. So it looks like Anna Rifle's one of those weapons that damages itself every time it attacks with it. So it's pretty strong, but you take damage when you use it.
Change. Dice. Set.
They have done a very good job of blocking me in. In hindsight, I probably should have kept hold of Fowler for this turn. Also, you can rotate the camera to have a good look around, so... Well, I can't really go anywhere. Well, it also has Death Companion as well, okay.
Action. Defense.
Okay, Spread Needle pretty strong. Hey, Nightcrawl. Yep, this is the famous or infamous episode 3. Yeah, I don't play it on stream very often, but I like to play it maybe a couple times a year. Just because I know a lot of people don't even know this game exists, so... Oh, Spread Needle has Heavy Steps. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So Heavy Steps, I believe, is the skill that makes it cost 2 AP to move 1 square. I still don't know what that does. Gold Miller? Really? Oh, it's heavy item instead, so it's 2 AP instead of 1. Okay.
Change. Dice. Set.
I could rush Endu, but...
Action.
So you pick cards and throw them on each other. Yeah, so there are basically two ways of playing it. So you have the hunter side that use, you know, weapons, shields, and mags from PSO. And then the dark side, or the arcs, they actually summon creatures. So this barbel that's on screen here, that's actually been summoned by one of the other team.
Defense.
Okay, Goldmiller holds on. I don't know what Goldmiller does in this. I'm going to assume maybe heals, maybe. So apparently all I'm drawing now is shields. Yeah, so it's up to 4-player. The cool thing about this game as well is back in the day, you could play 4-player with, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 controllers. You basically just used to swap the controller around. The battle looks lost. Oh, the spread needle's almost gone. Oh, you missed targeted. Oof. Yeah, so all the items and all of the creatures have different abilities as well. So the barbel is what's called a guard creature. So if I attack the barbel's owner, it will take the damage instead of the character. But then the flip side is there is a downside, which is when the barbel dies, the main character loses some health. It's usually not much, like a couple of health at most, but
Action.
okay, I'll go with that first. And then that, because I believe that has... Yeah, okay.
Defense.
So you can see, even though I'm attacking the humor, the damage goes on that instead. Wait, that card lets you use double strike. That is disgusting. Okay, so Endu takes a little bit of damage because the barbel died. Goldmiller attacks 3 times. God. Oh, God. That's another guard creature. And Panams are super annoying in this. So Panams have really high defense like PSO. So they are immune to all damage of 3 or less.
Defense.
Oh, there goes the spread needle.
Nice.
So I basically need to do very big hits to try and take out that Panams now.
Set.
Which is a problem where you don't have any attack action cards. To be honest, I might have to just ditch most of this hand, I think. See, I don't know if I have enough attack. I guess I can try it. You're gonna move. I don't think the Duranda will do enough damage. But I want to test something. Because if it's an NPC, they might waste the defense card.
Defense.
Yeah. So that wouldn't have done any damage anywhere. But they wasted a defense card on it. That will make me miss. So that would have done damage, but that defense card reduced it to under 3 damage. And then the Pan Arms negates 3 damage or less. You can see why they're a problem. I swear, I've drawn TGS in every single battle with this deck so far, and I never get to use it. Oh my god, really? As if one wasn't bad enough.
Defense.
Yeah, Panams are super annoying.
Change. Dice.
I know I said I was going to end early today as well, but because this battle's going on so long, we'll probably end after this battle, whenever it ends. Yeah, problem is I can't really get in either.
Action.
Okay, so we do that first.
Defense.
At least you now see defense cards. Boom, waste a defense card. Aww. I'm trying to fish for them to waste defense cards because I know that attack won't do anything. Nice Pan Arms. This way puts another one out. He's only used 1 barbel so far, so I'm pretty sure he's got more. Oh, he didn't use anything. So he either didn't get a very good attack roll, or he's got terrible cards in his hand.
Defense.
That is a lot of damage. Imagine custom rate actually doing damage. That's the funny thing about this game. Some of the weapons you would never use in PSO are actually okay using this.
Set.
Is that a Gigi bazooka?
Action.
Yeah. With that.
Defense.
Goodbye, Endu. Superiority is the superior humor. Thanks, Endu. He tried. I mean, hopefully that stops all the guard creatures now. Because Drax using a hunter side deck, so... I've never used Gigi Bazooka in this. I have no idea if it's any good.
Defense.
Also, you can make Eleanor very unhappy in this by destroying people's mags. Eleanor would not approve of that. Double or nothing. Okay, so that's a very RNG move, okay. I love how dumb Gigi Bazooka looks.
Change. Dice. Set.
So dead now.
Action.
It's probably for the best there's no friendly fire in this. Endu is doing his best Ash impression.
Defense.
Right, let's see what happens here. I really like the artwork on the wall card with the Del Saber blocking with its shield. Didn't read the cards. I mean, that's Raju. Just throw the cards down and see what happens. Okay, that was a largely uneventful turn. Funny how that shows up when I just mentioned it. Gigu is attack action unable. I think a lot of the bazooka type weapons are. I suppose the advantage is they hit quite a big area. And yes, you can do these in the middle of battle as well, just to troll people even more. I mean, there can't be any other reason they let you use those. It has to be for trolling. This is where Drac just obliterates both of us now.
Defense.
It is the weird card PSO, it is. Yeah, that is more damage than I would like. What does that do? That won't work. That will. I don't know if there's a tournament on. I just haven't played it for a while, so I just wanted to stream it again. We'll be ending soon. This is going to be the last battle for today. But I know that the server, they do tournaments now and again. I can't remember when they happen, though.
Send.
I mean, sure. Use another one.
Action.
Yeah, fun game, though. It's not one I play very often, honestly, but I do enjoy my time with it when I do play it. However, it is one of those games where the NPC AI, particularly in story at certain points, is unbelievably unfair.
Defense.
Yes, I can see that Anna Rifle has Death Companion, so... Yeah, so when you attack it, basically, if you destroy it, you lose whatever you attack it with.
Change.
RIP my weapons. Can you imagine PSO if you took damage, your weapons broke? Playing online at the moment, yeah. There is a server called Ragol.org. I believe it's run by one of the guys that's involved with Affinia. Yeah, it's only a very, very small community. Honestly, there's typically not that many people on. But yeah, there is still online available.
Send.
I don't think Phoenix Claw's in, because there's no episode 4. Well, there is almost no episode 4 stuff because this launched before Blueburst. The only Ep 4 thing I can think of that's in it is Rag Rappy. Rag Rappy was actually introduced in this game.
Action.
And is the hardest card in the game to get.
Defense.
Yeah, I believe the only way to get Rag Rappy was to get every card in the game. It's also massive in this. But yeah, the Rag Rappy from Blueburst was not a new enemy in Blueburst. It was introduced in this. I think that's the only episode 4 thing though. How many cards are there? So in this version, I'm playing with like a patch version that has some quality of life, and there were certain cards that were unreleased, and this patch makes them available. So I can't remember how many there is in this. In the base game, I believe it was well over 300, maybe over 400. Oh my god. I'm slightly worried now. Yeah, so the Photon Blast cards weren't in the original game, or the data was there but they were removed. I know the Del Saber card as well, that was in the trial version, I think, and then got removed. Okay, so we now need to try and destroy a Heaven Puncher.
Action.
With my really crappy weapons.
Defense.
Yeah, level 1 Hunter versus level 200 Ranger. Drak defending the Heaven Punch like crazy because he wants to shoot it at least once. Giga Bazooka seems pretty good. But yeah, if you're into like card collection games or TCGs, it's not a bad option, honestly. Just don't expect it to be similar to PSO because it isn't. And don't get too mad at the ending, because the ending is, I think a lot of the like hardcore Phantasy Star fans that love the story of the games aren't huge fans of the ending.
Defense.
Oh dear God. Thank you for that. Does it do Divine Punishment? I think it did. It was kind of hard to see because all the card info was over my character, but I think it did. I mean, I would be disappointed if it didn't do Divine Punishment.
Set. Action.
Yeah, we're trying desperately to take things out now. But yeah, there is an absolute ton of cards in the game, so if you are wanting to a game about collecting things, it's really good.
Defense.
Wow, 2 damage. Amazing. Okay, so Heaven Punisher is gone. Played this on a plane ride on Wednesday, peak. I'm glad to see there's some people who like it. It was so divisive this when it launched. Like, a lot of people really, really did not like this game. Why is the mag in front of him? Wait, what? Why is the mag in front of him? That's very weird. Unless that mag does that. I've never had a Ravana, so... Well, if you're going to equip a mag, so am I. I can now fly. For some reason, Ratty makes you able to fly. I guess because it looks a bit like wings. The mag says he's going to tank.
Defense.
Oh yeah, you have a mag as well, yeah? You have a literal mag. I guess is that mag meant to look a bit like a mask or something, and that's why it's in front. Again, I've never used Ravana, so I don't know what it's like in the actual episode 1 and 2. Never mind, it's dead. He is holding on. Again, I think it's really hard to win once. If you're in a 2v2, it's really hard to win once you've lost one of your allies. Because you have to hold off against 2 people, which is really difficult. So fair play for holding out this long. F3, where a 10-minute battle takes 2 hours. It can do, it can do. Again, though, it's weird because sometimes you'll get battles where they'll be over in a couple of minutes. It depends a lot on what you draw. Unfortunately, I can't really do a whole lot at the minute. Also, I like how I said this stream is going to be shorter, and it's actually going to probably be longer. Just because of how long this battle's been. It's fine. So apparently Drac is now drawing all the defense cards. Yeah, Drac is getting some very lucky draws now, I think. RNG revolution. It is, it is. I bet the robotic guy that's doing all the announcing is getting quite bored now. He sounds it. I think I'm going to bin most of my hand after this. I need some better cards. Possibly the longest Ep 3 battle we've ever seen. Okay, let's stitch some stuff.
Defense.
That's fine. Hunters are tanks for sure.
Change. Dice. Send.
Female rangers are finally on the forecast boost, and of course it's after Lost Blind Assault is off RBR. Of course. The Anomalous Ordeal quest though, Nemu, does have spaceship. It is random spawns, but you might get some Del Sabers there. It's an option, I guess.
Action. Defense.
It's random spawns, Nemu, so it'll be different every time. There might be 2 fixed ones, but you might get others. It is random though, so you might get unlucky, you might get lucky. Custom barriers are really hard to break. Because it has quite a lot of health, and it also, I think it halves damage from low cost items.
Change.
Does Legacy let you bring back a card that's been destroyed or something? Because I'm pretty sure we definitely destroyed Gold Miller. Unless you got another one. I have no idea where it does. It destroys everything you have equipped. And gives you half their AP costs. I don't know if I have the brain for that card.
Defense.
Yeah, that really does have triple strike. Yeah, that is a very scary weapon then.
Change. Dice.
The Shredder, yeah. Because most mech guns only hit once, which is very weird.
Send.
Why would you destroy Gold Miller?
Action.
Well, you don't, that's the thing. We destroyed it earlier on because it was being used against us, so I had to fight back. It is depressing that I only have one weapon. And I can't use anything else.
Defense.
But Durandal really does no damage. I'm not throwing, I'm just not getting the cards I want. Stop it.
Change.
Okay.
Yeah, one day this battle will end. That is the sound of me progressively losing my mind.
Defense.
Thank you for that. Do you know what the scary thing is? Drac might actually win this. Not that I'm giving up, but I have terrible cards.
Change. Nice. Set.
The TGS just sitting in my hand taunting me, knowing I can't use it.
Action.
Legacy summon is useful to summon TGS. I don't know if I have Legacy. I don't really have that many assist cards, to be honest. Yeah, and see that being a really useful card. So if you're in a situation like I am at the minute where I've got some gear equipped, but it's not really helping me much, it'd be nice to be able to get rid of it and then summon something else.
Defense.
Wow, look at that. Durandal actually destroying something. I knew that was coming. Whoa, 1 HP. I like the fake out with using the Giga Bazooka and then having another weapon lined up after it. Rude.
Change.
Okay, a normal handgun is more my speed.
Defense.
Oh, he's going for double or nothing again. Nothing again.
Change.
It's a cool card though, I do like that. I really like the RNG cards. It was the smugness of the guy in the defense card that stopped it.
Action.
I think I have to discard all my hand again after this, because it's not going well. You could lose if you attack me. Well, because you know I've got Simakiri J sword in my hand. I'm just waiting for you to break some of my stuff.
Defense.
How many defense cards do you have? It feels like all of them. First one wasn't a defense card. Okay, fair. Just Ravana being busted. I've never looked into what it does, actually. Okay, time to ditch most of the hand again. Still terrible.
Change.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's a reason that Ravana only has 1 HP. Oh, God. Just waiting to stall you out till it's over. Thing is, I think on default rules, I think when you run out of cards, I think you just recycle your deck again. I think there is a mode you can activate where once you run out of cards, you lose. You know, that is one weapon I don't have ever found in PSO. I don't have ever had an ammo rifle. I don't remember finding one.
Sit. Action. Defense.
All of that, and it's 4 damage. No, Gigi survives.
Change.
Yeah, I'm just recycling the same cards now. This deck is good at self-sustain. I'm seeing that. I would say it's very good at self-sustain. Considering you're holding 2 people off at the same time. soundboard definitely adds something.
Nice. Set.
So here we are again. With this 1 HP Durandal I cannot get rid of.
Defense.
You're not attacking the Durandal. Why? Do it myself. Is this... Could this be the end? Is this actually the end of this battle? My god, it is. GG. Well done for lasting that long as well. Ignore the rank. Just in time for stream end. Yeah, that was perfect timing, actually. Almost like it was planned. I mean, obviously we're going to see what cards we get. Yeah, that's a really good deck track for it lasting that long. Right, what are we getting? Red Slime, because I can't get them in PSO Episode 1 and 2. Yamigarasu. Fix. Another Twin Brand. Chaos Springer, nice. Another Gibata. Wand. Zunder. Custom Rare. And a Pan Arms. I like how I got Custom Rare and a Pan Arms after just fighting them. Yeah, Sanguinashu is really good. I think it heals a little bit. I think it heals by like a percentage of the damage you inflict. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Players could never. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In years, so I have no idea what the current state of the game is like. But yeah, that was fun. We will do more episode 3 at some point. It's not going to be a game that's on the channel like really, really often. But it's nice to come back to now and again. Look up assist cards, because Legacy is OP. I don't know if I have it. I know I don't have many assist cards in this. Everyone tries to win on turn 0. Nice. Yeah, I don't have many assist cards. What does Fix do? So I just got that. Damage dealt by all field characters is set to 2 while this card is on the field. That sounds awful. That sounds like the way to drag the battle out even more. Yeah, I really don't have much in the way of assist cards at the minute. You got 3 Heart of Poem. Yeah, I know some cards are definitely untradeable, for sure. Oh yeah, Minsk got to start over because they accidentally deleted their save. Let's try, go on then. If we can't trade it, it's fine. And then after this, we'll end the stream. Oh, Estella, nice. I mean, it's no Fowler, but... I'm kind of surprised you can trade the Float and Blast cards. But I guess you can. God Shield Gembo, okay. And a Gigu. I think I've got one Gigu, but yeah. Because I remember in this game, it gave me a Gigu and a Seal J sword in the same pack. I remember that happening. And I was not happy. Can't trade Heart of Perm, no worries. Yeah, there's some cards that are just not tradable. But yeah, thanks for that, Drac. Yeah, we will end things there for today, I think. Why are some untradeable? For some of them, it's because they're event cards. I know there's some that you could only get through special events and you can't trade those. If they're not event cards, then I don't know why. I know you have to have at least 2 of the card to be able to trade it. But outside of that, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, Heart of Perm and Darkflow, I don't know why. 3 of each. Must be a restriction on them for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, we will end there for today, I think. There should be a stream on Wednesday, providing I'm feeling okay. That will be possibly the end of Chrono Trigger. But yeah, I will update you guys near the time because it depends how I feel. Thanks for the stream. Fun trip down weird PSO memory lane. It is very weird. We'll play it again probably. It'll be probably a little while till we play it again on stream, but we do come back to it now and again. If you have enjoyed the stream, please, as usual, please consider either like and subscribe and join as a member on YouTube if you want to. You can follow us up on Twitch. I have a extra BlueSky and do have a Discord server you can join as well. PS0 when? Yeah, we haven't done 0 for a little while actually, so maybe we can do that soon. Yeah, join us to play off stream, exactly. Yeah, we do play off stream as well, so... yeah, 0, we'll probably do that again soon, I think, because we haven't done it for a little while. It kind of depends on when the PSO Affinity anniversary gets announced, because that should be anytime soon. If they don't announce it by next weekend, then I might do 0 next weekend. We'll see. But yeah, whatever you're doing, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll probably see you guys on Wednesday, hopefully for some Chrono Trigger. So with that, is there a goodbye noise? No. That seems like an oversight. Well, in that case then.
No!
Sorry. And there was a Barons in the background as well. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Okay.
And I will see you guys on Wednesday. See you guys.
Bravo.
Bravo.